Hey guys, Nadia with Raw Nutrition here. Today we are training shoulders, so I'm going to take you guys with me. Enjoy. So to warm up, I do a little cycle of some shoulder warm-up movements I like to do. I'll just take a light dumbbell, do some external rotations here to get my shoulders warm. I'll do a circuit of 10 front raises, 10 lateral raises, 10 upright rows, 10 presses, and then 10 rear delt flies, some bent over rear delt flies. All right, moving into our first exercise of the day now. This is the prime shoulder press. I just load it in the neutral position so that the weight is maintained evenly throughout the duration of the load, not in the top portion of the movement or the bottom portion of the movement, just keeping it steady throughout the duration of the movement. We're gonna do a couple warm-up sets here. I just finished my warm-up sets and I'm gonna move into my first working set, reaching about 12 reps. I wanna be failing at about 12 reps here. If I'm really feeling good, I'll probably throw another 10 on each side and take that for as many as I can go, and then do a rest pause set. So what a rest pause set is gonna look like for me, it's going to be an attempt of as many reps as I can perform to the best of my ability, keeping execution intact, taking a break for about 15 seconds, and attempting again, resting another 15 seconds, and then attempting again, and repeating that cycle until I reach failure. So I'm feeling good here with this weight. I think I'm gonna throw the 10 on each side like I just mentioned. And I probably could have gotten like 15 there, but I just wanna preserve that for that set with the added weight to see what I can do there. And then with that weight, we will go through with the rest pause until I just can't do it anymore. So that was failure. Take a little rest, attempt again. Hope I'll get maybe 8 or 9. Rest again, do another attempt, maybe 4 to 6. And then after that next rest, maybe get one good rep. If I'm super sloppy, if I notice some things like I'm starting to get like too much of an assist from my hips to try and throw the weight up, or if I notice that I'm getting a little bit wobbly, or a little inconsistent within my path of my elbow, we'll cut at that. That wiped me out. Well, talk about going until you can't anymore. I overestimated myself. All right, moving into our next exercise, a dumbbell lateral raise. So I like to do normally 2 variations of a lateral raise, the first being a dumbbell, second either a cable variation, or we've got 2 machine variations here actually. So I like to bounce around between those 2. But first, to start with dumbbells, I will do, I'm already pretty warm, but I'm always going to start with a little bit lighter of a load to get into the movement initially, then work my way up. Not working my way up, taking so much time that I'm taking away from the intensity that I can apply to that working set, which if you guys have seen my training videos, you've heard me mention that before. I don't want to spend so much time warming up that I am just gassed by the time I actually come to my working set. So I'll probably grab 10 pounds here, do anywhere from 6 to 8 reps, grab 15 pounds probably for 6 reps, and then moving into my top set, which lately has been 20 pounds, trying to hold on to this weight with proper execution of reps for as many as I can throughout the duration of this deficit, because I am in a contest prep right now. So just trying to hold on to my strength, keep the muscle on, and have fun while doing it all. A lot of you probably know this by now, but make sure in your lateral raises you are not thrusting with your hips to get the weight up. As I move into my heavier weight, my top set with those 20 pounds, a natural jerk for me is acceptable, but it's not so much where I'm using my entire body, bending my knees, throwing the weight up with my whole entire body, because we just want to isolate our lateral delts here. So just be mindful, and if you are finding that no matter what you do when you're standing, you can't seem to get rid of that momentum, sit down on a bench, support your back, again, just like how we did on the shoulder press, bury your heels into the ground, push and brace against the back of that platform, and keeping your back and shoulders pressed into that back of the pad. Then just lift your elbows. I like to think of driving my elbows through the ceiling, because there's not much more force that can be applied than if you were to try and drive your elbow through the ceiling. So just be as forceful as you can while keeping a mindfulness that you're not using too much momentum. Once I feel like I can't get any more full reps in, I'll move into some partials. So just out of the bottom, range of motion, out of the bottom of the movement, just partials. And then another tip for these, if you have trouble feeling a lateral raise in your lateral delts and you feel it in your traps and the base of your neck also, instead of rolling your chin down, lift your chin up, focus your gaze up, and that'll help push your traps down, take your traps out of the movement. So if you're someone that feels a little bit knotted up or feels like they're tight in the neck when they're doing this exercise, lift your head up. So I'm just supporting myself right here on the cable system, and I've got the cable loaded behind my back. So I'm able to get, without even any load position on my shoulder right now, I'm already in a fully lengthened position. So you're able to get more of a stretch and able to work your shoulder through that lengthened position a little bit more, as opposed to if you were standing straight or using dumbbells, just because gravity works a little bit differently here using a cable system. I'm not pulling straight out to the side. I'm allowing my arm path to be slightly forward, because that just follows my scapula's natural path of movement better. And same thing here, if you feel it in your traps, instead of doing this, tuck in your chin, lift your head up. I'm not someone who has this issue, so you'll see me kind of bounce back and forth, but just something to keep in mind. All right, so final exercise is a superset for rear delts. We're going to do this cable rear delt fly, but the load is going to be coming from across my body, because I'm gonna grab the opposite cable systems from each of my arms. And then we're gonna do just a traditional cable face pull, also for rear delts. So we're gonna go back and forth. We're gonna do 3 rounds of 12 to 15 hard reps of each. Being mindful to keep my shoulders in place and my scapulas in place, because you can still get a good stretch without letting this happen. So here, I'm still getting a full stretch in the rear delts, but I'm not coming so far that I'm out of place. So keep this retracted, keep it locked, pull with your elbows, contract, lengthen, lengthen. Almost like you're pulling 2 swords out of a sleeve. With that is the end of our shoulder workout. I hope you guys enjoyed. Give it a try and see how it works for you. Thank you for watching, and we will see you in the next one.